is the reality that many Kenyans are wallowing in abject poverty.
Yeah.
If you look at the content of the recent State of the Nation address by the President, what we have lacked over the years is pragmatism, decision making. This country is rich. The Kenyan people have been resilient. The Kenyan people have ever been optimistic. But what they have lacked is leadership that was focused, leadership that was pragmatic, leadership that was issue-oriented, and leadership that looked beyond the politics of the day. And that's why some of us are just saying they are the missed opportunities. Where we were in 1963, many countries were in that group. In particular, the newly industrialized nation of Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, South Korea, and many other countries. What has changed those countries is the leadership, decision making, and proper policy framework. That is why, and I'm sure she's also in that category, that is why we have been appealing to Kenyans to allow the current president, His Excellency President William Ruto, and his government to initiate and implement some of these pragmatic, people-based, people-oriented, people-centered decisions that will move us from a struggling nation to the status of a middle-income country. And this is achievable. How have the Chinese done it? You know their history. How have the South Koreans done it? And I just want to give you one clear example. In 1968, when Botswana got actually their independence, you know what happened? They sent the livestock experts to come and learn from a vibrant, functioning Kenya Meat Commission. You know the status of Kenya Meat Commission today? Under receivership, technically insolvent. And you know the status of the Meat Commission of Botswana? The key provider of beef to the entire EU, to the entire American market. What caused the difference? And you know who was the architect? A Kenyan veterinarian, actually, who later on became a citizen of that particular country. Look at all the other missed opportunities. This is why today, the environment actually, the political ecosystem actually is conflicted with confusion. That's not what Kenya requires. And this is why we keep on telling people, allow the current leadership, led by the president, an opportunity to implement their manifesto. So it's like every day we politics. Or every day we say this. So the scenario, the issues described by my sister here can only properly be dealt with. Of course, I say the police will deal with goons. But if we want to move many people actually from the abject poverty to another level, then we need to create resources. We need to create an enabling, conducive environment. We need to create opportunities. We need even to change our educational curriculum. If you look at, if you go to the UK today, every year they have a new curriculum, educational curriculum. And when they look at it, they prepare their curriculum based on the opportunities available. Here, what we were taught in 1960 is the same thing that now we are the same classical theories. That's not what Kenya requires right now. What we require now is an injection of modernism, injection of business mentality in everything that we do. The work of the government, deal with criminal elements. The work of the government, provide an enabling environment. The work of the leadership here, encourage Kenyans to create wealth. Encourage Kenyans to be as adventurous as they have been. Remember, this country has been voted as one of the best in human resource capital for the third consecutive year by the UN. Meaning, therefore, we are a resilient middle-class income. But we need to give them opportunity. That opportunity must come from the political class. The political class right now are divided along petty party lines. That's not what Kenya requires. Take, for example, there was this State of the Nation address. Have you seen the opposition coming up with alternative to this? By now, they should have had their own opposition State of the Nation address. What they do is just to discourage what the president has done. The president has a cabinet comprising of highly educated technocrats. The Friends on the other side by now should have had a shadow cabinet. When the CS for Internal Security published this report, Jukwaa la Usalama, the shadow minister for Internal Security should have also come up with the alternative. Kenyans will have had an opportunity to compare, contrast, and say this option is better for the Kenyan people. We do not have. We just see attacks, negative attacks, tribally oriented, hate campaigns. That is not what Kenya requires. Kenyans require food. Kenyans require decent housing. Kenyans requires a functioning medical facilities. And this will all come if there's a adherence to the rule of law and if we all submit to the fidelity of the current constitution and other norms within the civilized community of nations.
Right, so both of you,